Nice to see a nice gathering. MashaAllah, we just got benefited from a very good bayan by our Sheikh, Honorable Sheikh, Hazrat Maulana Mufti Munir Ahmad Akhund Sahab Ahmad Barakatum Al-Aliyah. And you already heard his pain for this ummah, how much he is thinking to serve this ummah. And the reality is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ever since the dunya started, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been picking up people in different capacities and with different capabilities to serve His deen. When you look at this picture, start from here, right here, from Kaabatullah. What happened? This was a land where there was nothing. This was just a desert and a barren land. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala picked His Khalil, Ibrahim alayhi salam, and his son Ismail alayhi salam to build His house. That time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had decided to pick His Khalil and his son Ismail alayhi salam to build this Kaaba for the benefit of the whole mankind. And today the whole world is getting benefit out of Kaabatullah. And we have iman that the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descend on this Kaabatullah and they spread in the whole world. Today we get the barakah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the root where it descends. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala picks up His special people to benefit the ummah. In the beginning it might not be a big thing. You might not see it as a big thing, but eventually a big ummah is going to benefit out of this. And you take the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he did. The Islam came in the Makkah and then he migrated to Medina and established the Islamic society based on the knowledge, based on wisdom, based on peace and love. And when he first arrived in Medina, what he did? That time he didn't have a place to live. He didn't have money to eat. The first thing he did was he bought a place to build Masjid al-Nabawi. And that Masjid al-Nabawi is the source of hidayah for the whole mankind. That time in Medina, nothing was there. But the source of hidayah was first built by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today the masajid and the madaris are built from the faiz of the Masjid al-Nabawi. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has picked our Shaykh as the source of the guidance and the help for the ummah and to unite the ummah. And you have seen his previous hard works and endeavors, how he has worked hard tirelessly to unite the whole ummah in the matters of the Eid, in the matters of the Ramadan through his fatwa of moon sighting, how he had submitted the bills in the Senate with the submission numbers for the Eid holidays, for our imams and the sheikhs and the titles to be recognized, and for the halal food in the schools. So after all those accomplishments, now he has taken a step for this project, Liwa-ul-hamd project. And this is again a very exciting project, and I can assure everybody is going to like it, and once you see it, it would get everybody excited. So just bear with me. Liwa-ul-hamd. Liwa-ul-hamd means, the ulama here, they know Liwa-ul-hamd is the flag that's going to be in the hand of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the ummah would gather under this flag of Liwa-ul-hamd. And the concept behind this is that this flag, this project is to unite the whole ummah, and there is going to be something for everybody. There's going to be something for women, there's something for men, there's going to be something for your kids. People of all ages are going to benefit from this Liwa-ul-hamd project. So this Liwa-ul-hamd is making a city called Medina City. And it's called Medina Education Crown City of Medina, Crown City of America. And if you read it this way, it's called Mecca. So the concept is Islam came in Mecca and it spread in Medina based on the education. You know, the first revelation, Iqra, our religion is based on the education. So as we get educated, as we get well-mannered, as we build our akhlaq, our society gets intact. We build a society based on love and knowledge and peace and all that. So that's the main idea. Message from our Shaykh, the message of the founder. Like Hazrat just mentioned, that there is no shortage of knowledge today. There is knowledge, but we don't get the real essence of knowledge. Why? Our Shaykh always says, Adabu shajarun wal ilmu thamarun. That the adab, the good manners, is like a tree, and the ilm is like the fruit. If you don't have the tree, you don't have the fruit. Today, there is a lot of knowledge. There is doctors, there is lawyers, there is businessmen, there is accountants, and people in every walk of life, every career of life. but they lack the good manners. And because of that, the society is not intact. Just imagine so much educated society, but there's disputes in the house. There is inharmony in the society. So why? Because good manners, because of the lack of good manners. And because of that, they miss the real essence of the knowledge. So the idea is that we have to build our akhlaq so that we get the real fruits of the knowledge. Memory of the rise, this is our ulama and who are the role models in whose memory we are building this. Barkatullah sir, Hazrat Shaykhul Hadith Maulana Zakaria Rahmatullah alayh, Hazrat's father Maulana Niyaz Muhammad Khutni Rahmatullah alayh, Hazrat father-in-law Shaheed Islam Hazrat Maulana Yusuf Ludhianvi Shaheed Rahmatullah alayh. All these role models, these pious people, you see them in your dreams today, it's enough for your nijat in the akhirah inshallah. This is the level of their relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I assure if you see these ulama, these buzurgs in your dream, it would be enough for your salvation in the akhirah. So these are our role models. Advisory board. So our sheikh has been serving in the academic school, madrasa, Darul Ifta and Ruqya Center, and you see starting from 2004, catering the services of education and welfare. He has been serving so many people in these areas of academic school, of madrasa, Darul Ifta and Ruqya Treatment Center, and this is the time we need to expand. It's been 10 years, we have been working off of this small place, so this is... Okay, so this is the time we need to expand. Let me explain to you the advisory board. Dr. Faisal Ali, mashallah, myself, Maulana Muhammad Tasin Akhun, Yasir Salim, Dr. Jafar Saab, Dr. Muhammad Tahir Saab, Dr. Shafi Bazar Saab, Tajamul Gilani, Dr. Pervez Qureshi, Dr. Gumman Saab, Arkam Rahman Saab, Dr. Murtaza Bajwa Saab, Dr. Hussain, Sayyid Pervez Mahmood Saab, Shafi Dastagir, Soni Dastagir, Ijaz Bukhari, Riaz Babar, Shabir Gul, Jan Muhammad, Dr. Wahid Bhatti, Dr. Siraj Siddiqui, Dr. Kashif Ijaz, Dr. Tahirul Huda, Dr. Taha, Dr. Nadeem, Dr. Brother Salim Bashir, Asad Siddiqui and Zahir Niazi. Some of these people are based in New York and some are out of the state, but it's their fikr for the ummah and they want to join hands with our sheikh in building this big project. And some of these people in the advisory board are here with us and it's our pleasure to have them with us today. These are going to be some of the services provided. Academic school, madrasa, student boarding, khanka, library, daycare centers, and there is going to be community services. Jame Masjid, Muslim Residential Hall, Ruqya Treatment, Darul Ifta, and there is also going to be social services like foster care, orphanage, shelter for women, Muslim mall, studio and broadcasting, funeral services, and so forth. This is located in Durham, Connecticut. Not too far from here, from Queens, it's only hour 30 minutes. With traffic, maybe hour 40 minutes, so it's not very far. People travel out of the country. People go South Africa from here. People go Buffalo and take long drives for this kind of facility, and this is going to be much more offered very close to this New York, this place, your place, New York. Academic school. Why do you need to send your kids to this academic school? You already have academic school, your kids have been going there for years, 5 years, 10 years. Why do you need this academic school? Like our Sheikh just mentioned, that these academic schools, no doubt, they have knowledge, they have facilities to give you the right knowledge and right training, but at the same time, they are not building your akhlaq. Kids are getting graduated from these schools, they don't know where they came from, where they are going to. They don't know what obligations they have. They don't know, they're talking like the non-Muslim used to talk in the back ages. You see a word saying, oh, you live only once. So live as you wish. You live only once, man. Do whatever you gotta do. So this is the type of the words that kuffar in that time used to say. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran that these kuffar used to say these words, that you only live once, so do whatever you gotta do. And these kids, under this environment of the academic schools in this place, they're getting the same message. They're just copying the same message and pasting in their lives. So we want to eradicate that kind of behavior and that kind of response from our kids. So they're going to get academic school training and in the right environment. They will be reading Quran. They would have time for Salah. They would have time to learn the manners. They would have time to learn what they came from, where they are going to, what is their obligations towards their family, towards the society, and so forth. And building a good, healthy society that way. And then it's very necessary that they live in that area over there instead of commuting. So these are the pictures of some of the schools, very beautiful, and these are the real pictures, those buildings, and these are the real pictures of that place. Madrasa for boys and girls. You know, people send their kids to become Islamic scholars to Buffalo, to South Africa, to Darul-Umm in England. They don't have a complete madrasa here, so this would be an opportunity for you guys to send your kids to become Islamic scholars, to learn about the deen, learn about the Quran, hadith, fiqh, become a hafiz. You know how much virtuous it is to become a hafiz. You not only are salvating yourself on the day of judgment, but you are making the salvation for 7 other people. Alim deen, you become the scholar of deen. You can do the intercession for 110 people to go with you in the Jannah. So this is such a blessing which is going to be offered very close to where you live. It's over there. See how beautiful, how green. Wouldn't you like your kids to be in such a healthy environment? It's healthy in all senses. It's going to give them time to focus. It's going to give them time to think what are they doing. They will not have access to their cell phones. They will not have access to their laptops. They will know exactly what they are doing. And they will not be wasting time. And again, like Sheikh said, they would be spending time in the Sunnah games. Make their healthy minds, healthy bodies, and then make healthy societies, inshallah. This is the place. Daycare centers. Today we send our kids for daycare. Mother and the father, they both work. The kids don't know what they are going to do. They go to the daycare centers who are governed by the non-Muslims. They learn the songs. They learn the music. They learn the inappropriate things, inappropriate words. And you guys are familiar with those things more than I am. Your kids go to the daycare centers, you know exactly what they learn. Wouldn't it be nice if your kids come home and they told you, Dad, can I tell you Surah Fatiha? Can I read to you that dua? Can I read to you the dua before eating? Can I read to you the dua before going to sleep? And so forth. Wouldn't it be pleasant? Wouldn't it be nice when you sit in the car with your kid and he starts reciting Subhanallah sakhara lana hada? Wouldn't it be nice? So this is the type of environment we'll give in the daycare center, that your kids from a very young age, where they have very sharp mind, very bright mind, and it's going to be utilized in the right place. This is the Khilafat Nama of our Sheikh, stating from his Sheikh, Hazrat Maulana Yusuf Ludhianvi Shaheed Rahimahumullah Ta'ala, that he is capable of doing all these. He had been trained under his prestigious company, and he has given him ijazah, telling that he is very capable of taking care of these and mentoring our people of all ages. So there's going to be a Khanka Tazkiyah center. Like our Sheikh just mentioned, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there is the flesh in your body. If that is correct, your whole body is correct. If that's messed up, then the whole body is bad. So what is that? That's your heart. So now the time is that we need to work on our heart so that our actions are governed accordingly. If our hearts are good, our actions are good. If we have good intentions, our society is good. We think good about others. We are not jealous of others. We are not pulling legs. So everybody, people of all ages, they need the Tazkiyah center where they can come, seclude themselves in a place, and then think what they are here for, where they are coming from, where they are going, where they are heading to, and so forth. So it's going to be under the company of our Sheikh. Summer camp. Your kids are free right now. This is summertime. They are wasting their time in their homes playing video games. Wouldn't you want your kids to stay in some place like this in a summer camp and learn something in a couple months, and not waste their bright minds and their intellectual minds in the things that shouldn't be spending their time in? There's going to be a gym. There's going to be place for girls, and there's going to be place for boys, and the girls area will be covered and built. Horse riding, just like he said, he wants to introduce the Sunnah game. Today we are lacking the Sunnah games in our society, like horse riding and so forth, challenge courses. And there's going to be Darul Ifta. We are here. We have our Sharia needs. We need our questions to be answered. So there's going to be Darul Ifta, and in which there's going to be a lot of muftis, and there's going to be our Sheikh who's going to be mentoring them. And there's going to be facilities, multi-purpose facilities. It would be for your halls, for your function halls, for your wedding ceremonies and so forth. There's going to be Jami Masjid. Like I said, Jami Masjid is our first most need. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before he made anything, he made a Jami Masjid. So there's going to be a Jami Masjid to accommodate 10,000 people. This is the proposed model. Community center. If you want to move with your kid, there's going to be apartments, there's going to be houses, there's going to be townhomes for you to get settled. There's some residential buildings. These are the real pictures of their place. Ruqya Treatment Center. You know, now people are coming from all over the world. I would not say all over America. Now they're coming all over the world to our Shaykh and getting their Ruqya treatment. They don't have place to stay. They get possessed. They get evil eye. They get magic and all that. They want to get cured. And our Shaykh has special training in these and he has cure in his hands. So they want to spend time. They have hard time staying. So if somebody has to stay for 3-4 days to get their cure and treatment done, they would have a place here. Muslim Society of Social Awareness. You know, our Sheikh has been very social and trying to build, making bridges with the local politicians because that's where our rights are. And you know, all these people, our Sheikh has been spending time. Some of these people are here with us today. And this is some of the pictures from the Muslim Day Parade. And then some other pictures. Senior Care Center. Like the Sheikh said, the time comes when people are old. They are getting ready for the next journey. Here, the senior care centers, they don't have the time to, they don't get the environment to prepare for the hereafter. Here, they would be having time to pray their tahajjud, to do their iskar, to prepare, overall prepare for the next journey. Women shelter. Our women need the good shelter. We're in an Islamic environment. Our Sheikh has already explained you this. Islamic mall, and then studio, and then funeral services. And these are some of the departments. They are like 20 departments that are the need of the Muslim. So now, the cost of this project is $4.1 million. Now this is the time. We need to make our pledges. And inshallah, today, our target is to make $500,000 from this. And inshallah, you can do it. This is for your community. This is for you. This is for nobody else. Don't think that we have gathered you here to empty your pockets. This is not the reason. This is just to give you an opportunity to build your future. This is not an attempt, by no means, to empty your pockets. This is just to give you an opportunity where you will build your akhirah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, people who have their goals of this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breaks their matters. Allah breaks up their matters and Allah puts poverty on their face. And whoever have made their goals of the akhirah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts their stuff together. Jama'a shimlahu. Allah subhanahu put their affairs together. Everything becomes easy for them. Their families becomes intact. Everything they want to do, it happens. Everything they want to accomplish, they accomplish in a better way. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put your affairs together. And then جَعَلَ اللَّهُ الْغِنَى فِي قَلْبِهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would put ghina in your qalb. So this is the time when you get this opportunity to get ghina of the qalb and put your affairs together by participating in this and trying to build this big project. So inshallah, I would start getting some of the pledges. So I would invite upon our honorable guest, Brother Mufti Farhan Saab, to come in. Foundation by Dr. Gumman Saab, $500. Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Another pledge from Dr. Jafar Saab, $5,000 every year for 10 years. MashaAllah. Takbir! MashaAllah. That's $50,000 over 10 years. MashaAllah. He would be getting blessing every year. MashaAllah. Takbir! Brother Muhammad Salim Bashir, $10,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give everybody barakah of this life and the hereafter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the barakah in your families. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you give for the sake of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of your affairs. There's a hadith of Ibn Majah. Jama'a shimlahu. Allah would take care of put together your affairs. Whatever you do, Allah would accomplish. Whatever you want to do, Allah would take care of you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give ghina in your qalb. So this is the main thing. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your intentions for this big cause. Any other brother, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him barakah of this life and the hereafter. Brother Kamran, $1,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah. Takbir. Say, everybody say Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah, there's more pledges coming. There's more people giving out money for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramadan. He doesn't want to put his name. He's giving $5,000. He put his name on the form, but he doesn't want me to announce it. $5,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him barakah. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Say, with your donations, little by little, inshallah we can make this happen. Again, this is the month of Ramadan. You pay $1, it's $70 in the eyes of Allah, and $700, and even more. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, ad'afa muda'afa, that Allah would increase depending on your ikhlas, whatever He wants. Allah would increase to whatever. Today you put $100,000, in the day of judgment you can get $1 million from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One time Aisha radiallahu anhu, she was giving in the path of Allah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, how much have you distributed? She said, everything is gone except one arm. She was distributing the meat of the goat. And she said, the whole animal is being distributed except for one arm. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't say like this. Say that everything has been done except for one arm. Only one arm has been gone. Because instead of saying the whole animal is gone and one arm is left, say the opposite. Say one arm is gone and the whole animal is kept. Why? Because whatever you have given in the path of Allah is always returned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to return it to you many, many times. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your intentions. I want more intentions, brothers. There's a lot of people, I know they can give more intentions here. Dr. Jafar Saab to say a few words for this project. I would invite upon Dr. Jafar Saab for this project. MashaAllah.
I request all of you to help him to complete this project. Thank you.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Thank you for Siddiqui. MashaAllah. He has also donated. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept his donation. Brother, please mention clearly how much you are donating. So now I would invite Brother Ali Najmi to introduce our honorable guest, John Lu. So I would call upon Ali Najmi. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Every time I come to the Al Munir Foundation, we have a bigger vision and we're growing, and it's under the leadership of Mufti Munir Kun that the Muslim community here and in the East Coast is growing in such a big way. And his vision is a grand vision that we're all working towards. And I've spoken with Mufti Saab many times about how we can make the Muslim community grow in many ways, including in our strength politically. And Mufti Saab has spoken to me and given me guidance that, in fact, we need to organize. And we need to come together every year on an election day so that our community can gain strength. Right? We are a community that is growing in a huge way, especially let's just look at Queens County. MashaAllah, I've been to a masjid fundraiser so many times this year. Everywhere in Queens is a new masjid. The community is big. But we have to ask ourselves, are our interests and our voices being heard by the government? You know, are our issues being talked about? Are they being resolved? Sometimes we have to defend ourselves from the government because we're Muslims. And so we need to make sure that we're voting and we have the right people in office. I don't know how many people here know that on September 9th, there's a very important election. A very important election, and a person that has been very close to our community, who stood up for our community time and again, by the name of John Lu, will be running in that election. And many of the people who are in this room, they live in that district, in Senate District 11, right where the masjid is located. And on September 9th, we have the chance to show that the Muslim community is going to is a big force politically and can make a difference in this very close election. And that person who's running is John Lu. John is somebody we all know. He was a former controller of the city of New York, very high position. He ran for mayor, and when he ran for mayor, he stood for the Muslim community more than anybody else did. When no one criticized the NYPD for illegally surveilling our community, John Lu stood up and said it's wrong. John Lu was the first person to say that we need Eid school holidays. Right? John Lu has fought for holidays in public schools. And he knows this district and this community very well. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the next state senator from this district, Mr. John Lu.
फंड रेस तकरीब से खिताब करते हुए न्यूयॉर्क रियासत से सेनेटर का इंतखाब लड़ने वाले उम्मीदवार और साबिका कंट्रोलर जॉन लू ने मुफ्ती मुनीर अहमद की मुसलमानों के लिए अमरीकी माशरे में खिदमत को खराज तहसीन पेश करते हुए कहा कि वो मुफ्ती मुनीर अहमद को ज़ाती तौर पर जानते हैं और इनकी मुसलमानों और मुकामी लोगों के लिए की जाने वाली खिदमत की तारीफ़ करते हैं। जॉन लू ने कहा कि एक अच्छे माशरे की तामीर के लिए मुफ्ती मुनीर अहमद की खिदमत को हमेशा याद रखा जाएगा। उन्होंने कहा,
Akhund is someone I respected for a very long time, and I'm sure it's just a coincidence that the picture just came right up when I was just about to come on the stage. But this is a very special event because the Muslim community continues to grow, and the Al-Munir Foundation is one that also continues to grow and leads the influence of the growing Muslim community here in the New York area. Now, I have been in office for a number of years, although I will tell you that I did not grow up as a political person. I am an immigrant, came here at the age of 5. I was born in Taiwan. Mufti, they say I was made in Taiwan. I have a label back here on my neck. But I came to Queens with my family, and I grew up in the public schools, starting in kindergarten. I went all the way through to the end of school. And when I was growing up in public schools, I never imagined that I, or even someone like me, could ever run for office, let alone get elected New York City council member and the New York City comptroller, and last year be a candidate for mayor of New York. This is an incredible city. It's an incredible city that gives us so many opportunities, but actually we have to take the initiative and we have to grab the opportunities and we have to make our voices heard. In a democracy like this, you don't get anything you don't fight for. So if we want equal rights, if we want equal treatment, we have to fight for it. And fighting for it in this basic democracy means voting. It means going out to vote every single year. And I often say that voting is secret, but it's not totally secret. It's only secret in that nobody could ever find out who you voted for. But everybody can find out whether you voted or not. Whether you showed up and signed that card to say that you are voting is a matter of public record. Who you vote for is secret, but whether or not you voted is a public record. And that gives the politicians, it gives the policymakers, it gives those in government who are in charge of dispersing the allocations of funds and resources, or making the laws, including sometimes policies that are discriminatory, particularly against our community here. Those decision makers always look at who is voting and by how many. They can't tell who they're voting for, but they can always know how many people are voting. So my message to you, respectfully, Mufti, and everyone here is that I'm here as a candidate, and yes, I am running for state senate. I intend to win this election. I intend to be your champion in Albany in the state senate. But whether or not you vote for me on September 9th is besides the point. The main point is just show up and vote and make your voice heard so that when it's time to allocate resources for our kids, our growing numbers of senior citizens, when it's time to make the laws and ensure that agencies, city, state, and federal agencies are not discriminating against our own community, that our voices will be heard and counted. So thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this. I look forward to working with Mufti Munir Akhund for many, many years and guide our growing community here. And as the Muslim community grows in New York City itself will become a much, much better place. Thank you so much. Inshallah, we will win this election, but more importantly, we will gain a much stronger voice here in America, which is now our home. Thank you very much.
From this community. Okay, now as we move forward with the program, there's more names coming. Sharmeen Siddiqui, $1,000. He donated $1,000 for this brick project. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him barakat. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Say takbir. Allahu Akbar. I want some energy here. This is $1,000. It took a lot of energy to make these $1,000 and no energy shown when it's time to spend it. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Another $1,000 for another brother, he doesn't want to announce, he put all his information down, doesn't want to announce $1,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah of this life and the hereafter. I don't hear any names from this place. Maybe they don't need barakah, what's going on? There's no forms here, maybe somebody needs to put out forms on this side. Volunteers, some sisters who want to put out forms. I want some energy from this side too, because men and women are equal. In Islam, men and women are equal in the rights and in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As-saimuna was-saiman, the one who fast and the men who fast and the women who fast. And the one who give in, men who give in the path of Allah and the women who give in the path of Allah. And want to see the same energy from this side. Our women are also rich. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them so much barakah. And they are also very concerned about their akhirah. I want some energy from this side. There's been a lot of from here. I want some from this side, inshallah. More names, please. We got only a few minutes left before iftar, and this is a time where all the du'as are accepted. Your donations are being accepted in the eyes of Allah. Allah is going to give you the barakah of this life and the hereafter, and give you so much ajr that you would see on the day of judgment. And like I said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would always value your donation, and it's not like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would not give you, would make you poor and you would see any poverty. When you spend in the path of Allah, nobody gets poor. And you know, these things, these occasions, they come and they go, and if we do not participate, they are just fleeting memories in our heads. They become some fleeting memories in our heads, then we think, oh, this occasion came and they didn't put anything. No name, they don't want to give the name. Again, $1,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah. The check. Jazakumullahu khair. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. There's more brothers coming in. Brother Dr. Khan. Another brother, Dr. Khan. He's giving $1,000 for this project. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. I'm still waiting for some energy from this side. No numbers from here. No numbers from this, my right side. And they say women are equal. I don't see they are equal. Brother Tahir, Muhammad Tahir sahab, $1,000, takbir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah. I want to see some equality here. They say this is equal. This brother John Lu, Ali Najmi, they're going to get a wrong concept. They would think women are not equal. I didn't see any equality from this side. Still waiting. More names coming from men. Keep coming names. Keep coming names. That's why maybe there's very few people, women who showed up, and still there's no energy showing up. This is Farhan's mother, $10,000. MashaAllah, takbir. MashaAllah, one took care of so many men here. MashaAllah, takbir, $10,000 just from one sister. Mufti Farhan's mother, $10,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you barakah in your this life and the hereafter. Mudassir's mother, $10,000. MashaAllah, there is some equality, I can see that. $20,000 from two sisters, and I got $20,000 after so many people here. I see there is equality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they are equal, indeed they are equal. Maybe I can see some more energy here, maybe they are better. Now we have to see if they are better. Who's better? Women are better or men are better? In this majlis here, there is some journalists, I see some journalists who are attending this, and I know they are going to propagate this in their papers and with their other skills, but I want to see if they can donate. They can also fulfill this obligation through their money, because money is important. There is some people from the studio, from TV places, and from print media, and from TV media. There's media people here. I want to see some, they are the elites of the society. I want to see some enthusiasm from these brothers too. There's only a little bit time left of the iftar, and inshallah we will have to do dua. So please brothers, if there's more names coming, please give your names. Please give your names as soon as possible so that we can do the dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your donations. Whatever you have given from your heart, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you many, many folds. Inshallah, now I would invite upon our honorable guest, Brother Mufti Abrar Sahab, for the finalized conclusion and dua.
has given us, and he has brought us for this project, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of our donations that what we gave in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala succeed this project, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it in his eyes. Inshallah, we will make dua since there's very less time for dua. آمين الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا المرسلين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب القبر وقنا عذاب الحشر وقنا عذاب الميزان وبارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا وبارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم اهدنا وهد بنا واجعلنا سبيلا لمن اهتدى اللهم إنا نسألك خير ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم या अल्लाह जो अभी हजरात आए हैं इनका बैठना कबूल फरमा या अल्लाह जिन्होंने इसमें हिस्सा दिया अपने
मज़ीद तफसीलात के लिए अल-मुनीर फाउंडेशन की वेबसाइट www.muftimunir.org MUFTIMUNEER.org पर विज़िट करें।